A lot of people say that their dreams lately have just been crazy and wild and out there. So, is it the solar flare energy that is causing our dreams just to seem even crazier than usual? Or why have our dreams been amplified lately?
There are several multifaceted reasons for that happening. Solar flares are one of them. The energy level of where you're amped up to, the veil is thinner than ever. So it's starting to give you an experience to the higher levels of consciousness and some of the things how it's so you're experiencing these worlds, but you guys have been closed off from those worlds. And now that veil is thinning and it's giving you the ability to experience those worlds more and more and more. It's also giving you an opportunity to understand about your thought processes and when your mind's running away what can the chaos of what can happen with those thought processes kind of running away from you in a way, and how all these other alter worlds can exist. And it's also giving you a glimpse into what you're doing while your body is resting here in this here and now world, what you're doing on the other in the other dimensions and the other realities in which you are existing. It's showing you what you go and do when your soul travels when your body is sleeping. So there's a lot of different reasons that it is happening, but it is all very purposeful as well. It's all very purposeful in allowing you to understand that you guys are coexisting on several different dimensions and several different realities, all at the same time.
What's the difference between the dream world and the astral plane or the astral realm?
It depends on what dreams you're having. Um, but the dream world and the astral realm has somewhat of a locked in fixation. And the fact that when you are astral traveling, unless you are very, very free and flowing in doing so, you're astral traveling kind of within this existence, but within the dimensions within this realm, right? And so you're kind of like boxed in on the levels that you can astral travel to. You're not going to go to these, 12th dimensional existences when you're astral traveling because that's not what's happening here on a 3D realm. When you are dreaming, that is almost the freedom you are, what we can best describe it as is the void. When you're dreaming, you're in this place of void where everything can be created. And so there it's limitless. And so that's why it may be and it's an example for you to understand that your thoughts are can create all these different, reverberations of worlds because in that void you can create anything and everything. And in astral traveling, you're kind of fixated to this realm.
How can we teach ourselves to become aware in our dreams?
Conscious intention is, and it's really helpful to be disconnected from the energetics of the technology that you have here. So before you go to bed, allow yourself that time to have quiet space in the mind, to allow yourself to connect, set the intention, meditate, whatever that looks like for you. Just sit and even just to sit and connect with your next day of what you'd like to experience the next day. And in that, also set the intention for your guides or whatever you call or believe in to open up for you to consciously experience your dreams. And then also to, in the morning, the next day, to either do a voice memo on your phone, to write it down in a journal, everything that you experienced the first thing when you wake up. First of all, send gratitude and appreciation for the experience that you had, because for one, that just attracts more and more of those experiences. And then anchor it into this dimension by writing it down, creating an audible, description of what happened, whatever that is, even if it's at 3 a.m. when you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I just had the coolest dream. And you're like, note to self, this dream had happened, this is what happened. And you start to anchor in those things into the third dimension, into your reality. And then more and more as you create this practice, the more and more you're going to consciously be able to experience those things.
I understand that what you're saying about sometimes we play around in our own thought forms when we're dreaming. Do we actually ever put ourselves into different parallel realities in our dreams?
Yes.
So how do we know if it's like our own thought forms or an actual parallel reality?
At first you won't. At first you won't. At first you're going to just, it's more or less to set the intention to experience those things. And more you're comfortable and more you're connecting and consciously creating those experiences and consciously asking for those experiences. And then you can start asking for the discernment if that is something you seek and that is something that you want to understand. Then now you can, once you've established that you, okay, I'm experiencing my dreams, I'm remembering them now. It's a step-by-step process. Some will be able to do it all at once, and that's fine. But what we're saying is this is the best practice for those who are on their journey. So once you're consciously experiencing those dreams, then you can start setting the intention for discernment, and then you can start asking for. You can start playing around with. I would like to understand and know, like when I'm in. You can even ask to put like a prop in there when I'm in a one of my thought forms. This prop won't exist, but when I'm in a parallel reality, like, you know, do like on Matrix when the black cat comes around and you're like, oh no, the black cat's here. Like, I know I'm in a parallel reality. Like, we can do things like that for you to send you cue cards so you understand the difference. And then you'll start feeling the difference. Once we start giving those cue cards, you'll start to understand and discern and to feel the difference of the experiences that you're having. And then that's a layer of you to just teach and trust and to be guided to be able to navigate these experiences in a more conscious way.
Is it easier for higher dimensional beings to visit us in our dreams than in our physical reality?
It's not easier for them, it's easier for you. It's the fact that you're so distracted within your reality that you're experiencing now that for one, you're distracted from them. For two, you're taught to dismiss everything. If something that is sent your way, you dismiss it as it can't be for me, and no, that's not real. Or you sit there and dissect it to be like, look at the pros and cons of why it would come, and you guys overanalyze things and instead of just allowing them to just be. And then also, if we were to manifest in any way, even in like a semi-transparent way, you guys, a lot of you would be scared. And that would be your first reaction within your fight or flight system. And you all do not have you guys are all getting better, but as far as taming your fight or flight system, some of you haven't mastered that yet. And so you aren't able to be like, it's okay, and like use reason with your fight or flight system. So as far as us, we can do all of those things. But as far as you're more in that free state of flowing and just connected with it all that you don't seem to, for the most part, if we were to contact you through your dream state, you're not going to have that central nervous system of the fight or flight. And some of that subconscious programming of the to disbelieve. And so we're able to go there more freely where you're feeling more comfortable with us giving you that information.